Hi, folks. Welcome to another Backyard Blaincast. Brian Blaine here, and it's June. It's June 11th, and I'm once again kind of down to the wire, 11th hour, promoting an upcoming gig this weekend. It's the Blues Campfire. If you haven't heard, it's back. And we've been doing it at the Rivoli upstairs there, and on a Sunday afternoon. So this Sunday afternoon, please note, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Rivoli. It's Brian Blaine's Blues Campfire Jam. Come on down and come to listen, come to play, come to shoot some pool, and have some fabulous pad thai. They got the best. And I know it's a Sunday afternoon, but I'll make it worth your while if you can come down, and you'll hear some great music. And I was talking about the Chicago Blues Festival in my Blainletter. You might be seeing this as part of my Substack, or you might be getting it separately. But last weekend was the Chicago Blues Festival, and it was chock full of great moments. I captured a few of them from the streaming they were sending. They were doing this great streaming from the Chicago Blues Festival, the granddaddy of all blues festivals, and they spent a lot of energy trying to honor their pioneers. You know, I mean, we're losing all those old blues folks every year. There's fewer of them around. And here was Bob Stroger, a legendary bass player, 90-plus years old, with his Fender bass, playing with some young guys. Actually, Billy Flynn was playing guitar. He's not a young man. But they mixed it up very good with the old-timers and some fresh new faces. And, gosh, I can't go into all of them. But Billy Branch, they had a big thing for Billy Branch. They did a big thing for the women of Chicago blues, many of whom never quite made it to a national profile. One of them did, Deetra Farr, and I got a little story about her if you listen on a little further down into the Blaincast. She was a special lady. But speaking of ladies, Shakura Saida knocked them dead in Chicago. There, she made a big impression, I'm sure. And Sue Foley was knocking it out of the park. She was being very adventurous. She was doing a lot of different stuff, and she even said new material and a new band. Well, I don't know how much of the band is new, but a second guitarist. And you'll see Sue kind of going back and forth with her new guitar player, and you can tell she's having a great time. And another great guitar player, one of my heroes, Nick Moss, who I had some very nice interaction with a long time ago at the Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival. He was very encouraging, and I'll never forget that guy. And I've been following his career, and there's a moment here. His wife is a well-known blues guitarist, Kate Moss, and she gets up, and at one point he passes the guitar over to her, and she just picks up where he left off and rips into a solo. There was a lot of other great moments there, and I captured a few clips, a little 10-minute compilation. Check it out. And please, don't forget, Sunday at the Rivoli. Hope you see you there. Say hello.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, folks. We'll see you at Rose's next Friday.
Nick Moss Band, everybody!
That is curious to see. Welcome back to the Backyard Blaincast. I'm not sure. It looks kind of weird, doesn't it? There's still a crowd from Chicago down there in the corner. And, well, you know, I was writing my monthly Blainletter, June Blainletter, and now a gig to announce. Isn't that something special? You folks that hung with me, all right, since the pandemic. And I got plumb out of work, and I just kept poking on here on your interweb, and now I'm going to be a nuisance here for a little while. And I got a gig to promote. I have to do my part, spread the word. Like I said, every day I'm going to try to put something up here. But those who are subscribers over to my Substack, TorontoBluesDiary.com or TorontoBluesDiary.substack.com, that is where I tend to talk a little bit more what's going on in my head, and maybe even stuff that I wouldn't post on Facebook. But for you all, 500 of you that have been following me all these years, I'm glad to share a little on the Substack. But let me give you a preview, because this, I'm sure, will be controversial. But I've been saying it over and over, and it never got controversial yet. But I was at a Buddy Guy concert at Massey Hall a couple of years ago, and I'm in the out balcony, and I looked down, and there was no black audience at all to speak of. You could say there was more black folks on the stage than there was in the crowd. And I thought, well, this is Canada. And then I saw Tedeschi Trucks, the same thing. I was commenting on this on Facebook. And then at one point I saw something from Plattsburgh, New York. And once again, the cameras went out to the audience, and no black audience at all. And now we're in Chicago, folks. This is the Chicago Blues Festival. And I've watched it a bit last night and today, and I look out every time they pan across the crowd, and really hard-pressed, even in Chicago, more black folks on the stage than in the audience. It's hard to imagine, but that is what's happening nowadays. And I got more to say about that in the blog, but I'll save it for you. And the blog also has an update on the musical. I was at a workshop, saw another musical being workshopped, a panel discussion on the business of making musicals for the stage. And there's no good news there. It's all going to be a project of a lifetime. But, it gets the guitar out. This is Brian Blaine signing off. Go Sioux! I think that was Johnny Muller, or maybe one of the Muller brothers. Well, they're going to trade off a little bit. All right. Anyway, I've got to know Sue Foley a little bit, enough that she asked me what I was up to last time I saw her, and I wish I'd have had more to say because at the time there was no gigs, there was nothing happening, but now there is, and this is my little reminder. I told you I'll be coming up every day with something, and it's to remind you that we're at the Rivoli next Sunday. That's June 14th. It's in the afternoon, 3 to 6. I hope you could come down and hear some great blues. And it's not like an open mic or anything, but we're pulling people up out of the crowd, and we will again. So I've got an extra guitar there, and I even I bring a bass. And I got to tell you, last time, I'm going to show a little clip after this of one of our tunes, and I didn't record Gary Kendall's story, but he sang a tune. Gary Kendall, legendary bass player, and I got him to sing a tune, and then I guess I said something in my intro about how the Hogtown All-Stars are basically Downchild, the same, the band minus Mr. Downchild, Donnie Walsh. And then I said, you probably already know the story about how Donnie Walsh fired the entire band right there on the QEW and got them out of the van. And now Gary, right there, was able to tell everybody, like, the real story. He was there. And it got, I guess, PR-icized by Richard Flohill, their publicist at the time. And so he enhanced it a little bit. But Gary told us the real skinny on what happened that day. It was fascinating. There was other stories, too. And there will be more this Sunday and then again July 12th. And I do hope people come out because it's summertime, maybe a Sunday afternoon. You'd rather be out in the sun. But it's a couple of hours of great blues. You'll be glad you did. Come on down. It's been great to see some of this. We got different musicians getting up on stage now. Bob Stroger was just on with his all-star conglomeration right now, playing on another stage there, and I got it on another screen. I got actually 2 channels from the Chicago Blues Fest. I'm seeing more than the people that are actually there. And the band that was just playing, the guitar player, I recognized him. He was Buddy Guy's second guitarist when I saw him playing here at Massey Hall. And I remembered him because he had a MIDI rig on his Stratocaster, and I do too, and that's not a very common thing. So he was covering some nice guitar there, and that was that women's feature. A lot of women blues singers that I didn't know. Deetra Farr I knew. Man, Deetra Farr, I remember one time. I'm sitting at a table with Deetra Farr because I was in the media section, I guess, at the Silver Dollar. And she would do a couple of tunes, and then she would just come and sit at the table because she was playing with Mississippi Heat. And Mississippi Heat had this thing that everybody in the band gets to sing a song. You know, it was like a round robin thing. It was very democratic in the Mississippi Heat, and Deetra, she's going like, it ain't right, you know, that like the bass player's going to do a tune, the drummer's going to do a tune, and I'm sitting here. It was funny chatting with her. But now to see her all these years later, still out there singing the blues. And, you know, if you want to watch any of this recordings from Chicago Blues Fest, the channel I'm watching right now is called Chicago DCASE, Chicago D-Case. And if you go there, that's probably where all these shows will be archived.